Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, just another brand new day. Yay, thumbs up for that. It is Wednesday, and it is 10 after 7 a.m., and it is pretty dark outside. I can see the trees, though, so it's getting lighter. You know, it's the inevitable march of time. I was staring at the red dot again instead of the proper camera. Sorry about that. I am, of course, once again still recording on my PS4 for the video and recording off my microphone on the computer for the audio, which means, of course, since I'm using my webcam software to record the audio, I'm going to use the video from it as well. I'm pointing over in that direction and occasionally looking because I've got like way too much open on my screen, so it's blasting like a spotlight at me. Sorry about that. Anyway, though, it was just a day yesterday. I had issues falling asleep again. It's so warm, and so I fell asleep. Now, it's warm until evening, but even at that, it wasn't even freezing. But I went walkies again, walked to Walmart, walked on back. That is a good thing, definitely a thumbs up. Want to keep my energy up, want to keep my body healthy. I want to live as long as possible. That's definitely a good thing. Now, if you want to do the same thing and get healthy, take it slow. Remember, things are slow, not fast. Your body works on its own time. And I've been discovering that in another way as well. But first, when I first started walking, after the death of my wife, I only walked around the block. And then I started walking in a larger loop up in southern Shelton. Up? Down? Whichever direction. You know, I live in southern Shelton, so really, depending relative, it's up because I live up in the hills and stuff. But I used to have a loop up in here, and then I added the loop to go downtown. And this took time. If not a year, you know, possibly more. But after making the loop so that it was around and downtown for a long time, I then decided the only real way to get this bigger was to walk to Walmart, which was 6 miles, is 6 miles. That was tough at first, but now I just blast through it. And I've been walking for about 5 years. It's taken a good 5 years to get to this point. Don't rush stuff. Your body is amazing, but you don't have to push too hard. Thumbs up for that. Also, let's see if I can remember what I was talking about when I was... Nope, it's gone. I was going to mention something about bodies and changes and how quickly things happen, and then there was a minor sidetrack, but I didn't leave enough conversational breadcrumb trails for that. Oh well, my sincere apologies. Still though, it was good. Went walkies, came back, went to bed semi-early. It was just, there was nothing to do. I was hurting, and I was near that physical anxiety that happens if my nerves get inflamed. Near that. Didn't have it exactly, but I was getting really close to it, so it just wasn't comfortable sitting in the chair. So I went to bed early. Didn't sleep well, unfortunately. Slept so lightly that when my housemates were doing stuff at 2:30 in the morning, woke me up. And then later on, of course, was awake before, like, what was it? Must have been around 4-ish? Around 4 o'clock? So I didn't sleep wonderfully, but I did sleep a little. And yeah, I remember now what I was actually going to talk about, and I can't remember, well, it's another thing, it's still, I can't remember, well, I'm not sure why. Sounds really broken, and like, I don't know what I'm talking about. My sincere apologies, my brain is still not working properly yet. I don't know why the 1280 by 720 PlayStation 4 camera looks better than the 1920 by 1080 Logitech camera. I'm not sure. Especially since when I see the recording of my PlayStation stuff, I just see all the artifact in that it has. So, I don't know. It's different though, and I like it. Plus the camera angle is different, and that's a good thing too. definitely a thumbs up. Another thing, though, that I really wanted to talk about is this older music stuff. If you are my age, approximately, you probably remember Ray Stevens, the novelty songwriter. Pretty good with his songs like The Streak. Well, I can't remember any others right off the top of my head, but the song The Streak, that was really big in like the late 70s. And if you're younger, you may not have ever heard of the guy. Because unfortunately, when he was making all of his albums, they never kept any masters. So they could never reprint and reissue any of the albums because they didn't have any masters to print. So this guy's stuff is hard to find. Plus, though he was a novelty person, that sort of stuff, kind of ages quickly. But while he did do some timely stuff like the song The Streak, which was about streaking, because at that point streaking was like really becoming known and people were streaking and public nudity was just such a big frightening thing that in the US that it just was blowing up in the news, and people were streaking, take off their clothes and run through a football game. And so the guy made up a song about what happens with this guy and his wife when she keeps seeing the streaker. And so it was just that sort of goofy thing. He did all sorts of other really silly songs, like about a church that had a big revival and a strong... Because the situation was, in the song, in the church, this wild squirrel gets loose while there's this big, come to Jesus church thing. And because it's like running up people's skirts and into their clothing and terrifying them, after it's all done, everyone's had this huge revival in their faith after this big, they never knew it was a squirrel. Nobody knew it was a squirrel. And so everyone just came out of it like, oh my God, the power of Jesus. And so there was the huge revival of faith. One of the songs was, and this is another one of the examples, the kind of thing he did, was I don't know about the title, but the lyrics for the chorus were the Grand Mystic Royal Order of the Nobles of the Alibaba Temple of the Shrine. And it was just making fun of those, old guys going to their club sort of things with their shrines, and, the Shriners and the Masons and all that. Because it was a conversation from, you only heard one side of the conversations when he did these things, of this redneck type having a conversation with another redneck type about these things that their shrine does. But one song was so dark, it's one of the darkest songs I've ever heard. Not so much because of what's said, even though the stuff that's said, I can't remember all of it, is pretty dark and horrific. But just the entire tone of it, because of that. It's about a guy who game-ends himself. But he's talking, before this point, to his ex. And that's where it gets so horrible. Because the chorus of the song is, and I'll say, ha 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 ha, who's laughing now? I got the last laugh on you. And I'll say, ah ha ha ha, you'll be so sorry you treated me the way that you do. Because it's all the things he's going to do to game end himself. Drive a car off a cliff, jump off the O and the Hollywood sign, all these things. And when the people come up and try to revive him, they'll say, sorry, we tried, but we lost. And I'll say, ah ha ha ha, who's laughing now? I got the last laugh on you. And it's like, oh my. Yeah, feeling emotion on that. Just because that is so dark. I mean, that is horrific. But such is life. Now that I've got tears in my eyes. I was actually watching another video. I can't remember what. Oh yeah, it's about this person who normally does games. But then, more emotion. He was talking about the film Train to Busan and why it's so good. And any emotion gets me caught up. And right now, because I felt emotion before because of the song, remembering the emotion of the guy in his video, I'm still fighting emotion right now because of that. He just broke down and was crying in the middle of his video because it affected him so strongly. And right now, because of that, like I say, I'm affected by other people and their emotional states quite strongly. So now, because I was already affected strongly because of that song, I don't mind crying. I'm not bothered by that. It's now my sinuses are going to start filling up, and that's unpleasant. Life is life, though. I didn't realize I was going to get so caught up in that. Thumbs up. Past that, though, I've just been existing and surviving. Last night, I did 2 videos. Well, one. Tried to do a second one. I might have messed up very, very badly. Because I messed up badly. Because I was recording 40 minutes of Bloodborne. And then I accidentally hit the share button at one point after I'd been recording. And I think I accidentally stopped it. And then in panic, I hit the record again to check, which would have taken the 40 minutes if it had recorded the 40 minutes and then thrown it out to start the new project. So my 40 minutes, if I actually recorded properly, because there's 2 ways to record on the PlayStation controller. Here we are, nice and red there. You can hit your share button once and then choose the menu option. Let's see if that moving the stick will turn it blue. Nope, must be low on battery or something. Or you can double tap your share button, wherever side it is. Double tap your share button, tap, tap, and then it starts to record. Thing is, if you're going to do that method, you got to make sure you double tap it, and then it shows a little symbol up on the screen. I remember seeing the screen, but I accidentally hit the share button, and I think I killed my recording because of that. Because afterward, 40 minutes, well, it exists as an audio file, but it doesn't exist as a video file, so got to go back and redo that. Still, though, and this is kind of irritating at the same time. Back when I first started doing all of my Reddit reading reactions, I would create them and then post them to like 2 hours later when they were done, and then they'd go public. They were always demonetized, and then I would have to appeal, and then by the time that they said, oh yeah, these are fine, you're remonetized, I get like another 30 views after the 300 were already done. So what I've been doing is actually getting them done early, posting them online, and then putting them unlisted, which means they're there for the system to look at. It's just no one out there can watch them because they don't have the link. Every single time I've done that, they've never been demonetized. So the ones that I wait for and see, they're no problems. The ones that I don't, that's a problem. So, thumbs up. Still, today I'm going to have a Reddit reading reaction video, and that'll be cool. Definitely a thumbs up. So, a good thing. But now, swapping cameras. I adjusted everything, so all I had to do was turn, See, I'm moderately centered. That's a good thing. My chair isn't, but that's okay. My whole spine is twisted. Arg. Arg. Anyway, though, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now, just thanking you for having left a comment. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, just not good at that. And even though I count in American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand, I can get lost quite easily. Let me call my Chrome. And we have AC, thumbs up, and thank you. And I'm very, very sorry about your situation. I'm very sorry. And Christian, thumbs up, and it is a weird situation, isn't it? And Kush Pie, greatly appreciated. Elder Wolf 569, greatly appreciated. Reserved Hogs, thumbs up, and thank you. Geronimo, bow ties are cool. Well, thumbs up, that's very cool too. Alex MJ Broken 64, thank you very, very much. Sam Porter, greatly appreciated. And we have Kathy Kitscat, good to see you in the comments. Russian Timing, greatly appreciated. And that Death Piggy sure did. Muffc Matt, Muffc, MUFC Matt, thumbs up and thank you. Sebastian Ferris, greatly appreciated. J4D3N Upton, Jaden Upton? Thumbs up and thank you. Gustavo Eliscano, thank you very much. Joseph Hoyle, greatly appreciated. Joshua Gunnels, thumbs up and thank you. Richard Jones, greatly appreciated. Very cool, good to see you in the comments. And we have Bailey Snyder, thumbs up and thank you. User 1957954, thumbs up and thank you. Ahmed Chelik, thumbs up and thank you. Gloria Rees, thumbs up and thank you very much. Robert Lewis, greatly appreciated. Nora Potter, greatly appreciated. Last but not least, Ali Shabiri, greatly appreciated. Each and every one of you, you get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Thumbs up and thank you so very, very much. It is appreciated to no end. If you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. If you would like to help support me, but don't want to send money to one of those, I also have a PayPal link down below. If you could check that out, that would be very, very cool. If you wanted to help me, but don't want to send money, I have an Amazon wishlist link as well down there. It has things like hamster food, hamster bedding, cat food. If you could help me out, that would be very, very cool. Greatly appreciated. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you can toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definitely a thumbs up, and of course, if you could subscribe to the channel and hit that bell, that would be very cool, greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. Very cool. And back over here, centered, moderately, very good. Well, very, very cool. I can't think of much more that I wanted to talk about, except, of course, to once again remind, because I didn't see anything from like Russian Timing about all my container of dust, my THC dust. So, hey, what do you say? So yes, I have a Reddit reading reaction video today. I have this video. I have a video to record. No. I have a video to edit, render, and upload. So any recording I do will be for tomorrow, which is fine. Hey, what do you say? I don't know why I'm saying that, but still it works out. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. A definite thumbs up. Be good to yourself, be good to others, and just take care and do the very, very best you can. Definitely a thumbs up.